time also Kakaji from there, he had gone also to investigate. And there, when they went to Mawa and they still went to see the president, Mukhtar Nathani first showed them that who is Nazir Jesa Panju, who is Sajjad Tejani. He said, this is Nazir Jesa Panju. He said, according to us, he's dead. Here is the death certificate. And the same thing he asked Nazir Jesa Panju, and he was told about Sajjad Tejani, and they produced that. He said, here it is very easy to buy the birth certificate, everything. But he gave the register. They called about 100 people. They all came with their voters card and everything, and they found everything was fine. And accordingly that, it was reported to the Electoral Commissioner. And 4 days before the conference, the Electoral Commissioner declared me as the President of the World Federation. But because I was not from the system, I was not from the establishment, and establishment always wants their own person there. So I was sort of actually that conference was supposed to be in Dar es Salaam, but it was then changed into Toronto because then the other federation could not attend that conference, and there were only COEG and Nasimco there. I don't want to go more detail because I'll be unnecessarily exposing some names and all those sort of things what happened there. But it was unconstitutionally they sacked the Electoral Commissioner and then made the election, which is everything that happened there was unconstitutional. So even now, at the moment, we don't know. I feel myself, and I can see that Gujarat is not going to be allowed to vote. So you can understand why Gujarat is not being allowed to vote. But we'll leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and see what happens. If I win, this time they will not be able to cheat because it's going to be in Mombasa and all federations will be there.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
Thank you so much to give the brief idea about what you want to do, and mashallah, you have been working very hard. May Allah bless you with more knowledge and give you the strength to serve the community. Now, there are a couple of things which I wasn't too sure. Naturally, I mean, you touched the topic regarding the investment. Now, we as a business-minded people, we always think about making more money or investing to make more money. But I think the biggest investment, what we have been missing, and I've been crying for such a long time, is our education. We don't have our schools, we don't have universities, we pay a lot of money to hire a madrasa locally, which we could easily pay a mortgage to hire our own school and Saturday run madrasa at the same time. And unfortunately, we have failed in doing that. And I think it's a high time, looking at the Khoja Ismaili community, the best university is Aga Khan University, the best hospital is Aga Khan Hospital. And by even seeing that, and they are fewer in number, why have we failed? And secondly, what I wanted to ask you said that you want to take everybody as a part to run the affair. But as a leader, what is your roadmap? What are you trying to, what are that you want to achieve? Thinking not for tomorrow, 100 years ahead of it. Thank you.
You know, your question about education is very, very valid. When I'm speaking with experience. You know that when I was the president of Nairobi Jamaat, and we took the Levington project, and in that one of the project was school. When we were building the school, in general body, I was asked this question, and one of the person from Nairobi is present here, he can vouch for it, that when the school was being built, I was being told, why are we building the school when we have got only 5% of the students to go to the school? And my reply to them was very simple, that why should I give 5% of my community money outside? Why don't I bring 95% into the community? And with that, we did build the school, and today Nairobi School, the one Nairobi Jaffrey Sports School, Nairobi Jaffrey School is now richer by about 100 million shillings in their account, plus they are doing investment, and they are also paying to the Jamaat, with which Jamaat is being run. So it is an investment in that sort. And I agree with you that we should look into that area, and we do have finance. It's not that it was not there. If we can build a school, or if we thought of building a school in Syria for $1.8 million, why can't you do it for our own community instead? When I'm saying to you that I want to work with the people, I want to work with the grassroots, you will be, if my executive councillors and the Jamaat leaders will be my eyes within the community, and they will identify what is required, and that is then channeled up to the World Federation. If the council is avoiding you or something like that, it can be brought directly to our table. It's not my table, it is our table, and we look at what is the requirement, and definitely the World Federation should be able to help you, because we do have those finance, or we get that finance which is supposed to be used for us, for the Khojas first.
I want to follow that, Riaz, if you don't mind, on the same. Okay, it's good to build schools, universities, and all that, and the mosque and so on. But Brother Ashiq, you know it, I know it, and every candidate know it, and everyone has talked about it, is helping the grassroots Khoja. The grassroots Khoja don't come and ask for money or help. This is built in us. We don't go and ask. We got to find a ways where Khojas in Dar es Salaam or Pakistan, there are lots of Khojas in Pakistan, so we have been talking about Khojas. We are not ruling out Pakistanis. We need to find a way they could come forward and ask for help. Schools, and all that comes later on, Brother Ashiq.
Brother Liaquat Devji, I'm really touched by what you said. And if you see into my manifest, you'll see one thing which I mentioned there. One of the most important things today in our community we have to do is to encourage our youths to have and to climb up. We have to give them a stepping stone. The first, every human, the requirement are four things which are very important in life. Four things are the thing which is where the life is depending. The four things which are there is number one, education. Number two, shelter. Number three, health. If you give our community these three things, the fourth thing, they will find it for themselves. Roti, they will find themselves if you give them three things. Because the most expensive things, one thing in Europe, it is cheap to be alive and expensive to die. But in Eastern countries, it is expensive to live and cheaper to die. And we need to have our dispensaries everywhere, especially in eastern part of the countries, whereby we can serve them. I agree with you that we have widows and single ladies, especially in the eastern countries, whereby we have to provide them. You see, I will give you a good example. Very good example is Mombasa Jamaat. Mombasa Jamaat recently built three towers. And the three towers, they have put all of them there. The Bewas are staying in that one. The Musafars, they come, they can stay there. The seniors are staying there. The youths are into that flats. And they are all staying in unity and harmony. We should create this kind of a project everywhere in every Jamaat, if possible, especially in the Western countries. Western countries, our children, our youths. I'm looking at the youths. The youths need a stepping stone. They are the first-time buyers. If we can create sort of a community centers or build something which is for the seniors and for the youths and the first-time buyers, we have to create a sort of a community center which we build together. And in that one, we have seniors and first-time youth buyers who need a stepping stone into the life where you can be helping them, right? If you do that, and then you have got old age home, everything in one complex, you can easily get a place of about 4 or 5 acres, and you can create a community center. Like for the South London and Stanmore, we can have something where we can have 3 or 4 acres. We can build the flats for the seniors. We can build what you call semi-detached houses for the first-time buyers. And they can all stay together in unity and harmony. Look at the community center you got in Toronto, how harmony they are staying there. And then we can trust every Jamaat to look for the people for welfare, and World Federation, through their federation, make sure that whatever the requirement of the Bewa or welfare is required, they are financed. It is the Jamaat, the grassroots. I told you, the grassroots has to work with me. You people have to identify it, and you tell me this is our requirement, and it is World Federation's duty to serve Khoja first.
Anyone else? Questions?
Sayyid Amar?
Any questions from the ladies?
Sayyid Amar, you got a free accommodation between Stanmore and Hyderi. Mayfair. You get your Mayfair. Where will you build this community center?
The most expensive area, because we should upgrade our community, not downgrade them.
So you, yeah. So Sayyid Amar, you got a free accommodation. Nice. Look after the youths. Okay, last question, I think. Anyone? Muna? Oh, Liakat Boilu. Azuli. Huh? Ladies are socializing. They're chatting.
Ladies, any questions from there? Please knock at the door.
They are socializing. They'll come. They'll come and vote for you, Ashiq Bhai. Anyone? Anyone? Okay. Let's. Shall Azad, give another chance? Okay. Last question, and then we all go home, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Now my question is somehow a bit slightly different. We Khojas are quite in number in Europe and everywhere, especially in England. We don't have one our mosque which can represent a Shia mosque. And I feel for Tabligh as well, it's really, because we have got small centers like here in the corner, how many people really take notice of it? And how can we promote Shiaism to the locals as well? Because it's becoming difficult. I think if you see our Sunni brothers, they have got so many mosques around, and I think they are pulling a lot of people towards that. And I think it is high time that we should have something that which represent. Unfortunately, there is this center in North London. I think it was Imam Ali's center, Maifili Ali. Now, recently, that name has been changed to Salam Center. Now, I find Imam Ali was the justice. There is no Salam or there is no peace without justice. And I think something like that to move it, because I don't know. I mean, I felt we are taking a wrong step. Thanks.
All right.
You know, some of this is what I always believe, and I want to encourage one thing, that World Federation has to work through their federation and to Jamaat and that one. World Federation should not involve themselves in any other organization. You know, nowadays you can find a lot of dukas. A lot of shops have been opened, like Horizon, this and that. I'm not trying to criticize them, but I'm saying there are a lot of other people doing other work, which is not the concern of World Federation. And World Federation should not get involved with them. Let them do what they are doing it. We should be concentrating on our things. our federations. Salam Center is one of the center. If you go into the history, you will know what it was. It is a private affairs, and we cannot involve ourselves. Yes, as far as we are concerned, for the tabligh and everything, then we can do the way we are doing with the other religion. We are inviting them and we are talking with them. We talk about them. We have done like Who is Hussein, and whereby we are propagating our religion to others and we are attracting them. One thing we are lacking, which I agree with you, is on social media, the amount material of Shia available is very limited. I think Nakshani will agree with me that because I'm talking about my daughter who was in Toronto, the one from the second wife. And she says, she was in Seneca University. She started Shia, the Juma Namaz in Seneca and everything. And she wanted to find material, Shia material online. And she used to tell me that when I go online, I find a lot of material of Sunni. You go online and you get a lot of material. But she said to find Shia material online is like looking a needle in a haystack. It's not there. That is what we should be improving. That is where we should be investing money, that in social media, we should put a lot of material of Shiaism, and that should be easily available on the media. So people who go online and try to check what is Shiaism, what we are doing, it should be there, and it should be available very openly.
Right. If there are no further questions, I would like to thank everyone who participated. Thank you, Ashiq Bhai, for coming and enlightening us. And we wish you all success. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.